You know, I read a book by Harvey Mackay called Swim with the Sharks Without Getting Eaten Alive, and I read it years ago. And in his book, he talked about if you want to predict the future of someone's income, look at the size of their Rolodex. And a Rolodex, of course, is one of those antiquated devices where you store business cards. Well, years ago, I started collecting business cards from people. So over the course, and I would stay in touch with these people. So over the course of the years, I collected thousands, literally thousands of business cards. I had them on my desk, I had them in the drawers, I had them in shoe boxes. And today, when somebody starts a business, the first thing that they do, the very first thing they do is they have business cards printed, and then they set up a website. Well, business cards represent an opportunity to begin to make your list. So consider starting by pulling together all the business cards you have and start writing those people on the list. Now, the list has to be written. You know, we keep our contacts in our cell phone, we keep them on our friend list on Facebook, and they're everywhere. But what you want to do is you want to have an actual written list. A written list is way more powerful than any other form. So what you want to do is you want to start with your cell phone, and you want to go to your contact list, your contact manager in your cell phone. And most people have people in their cell phone that they don't know. But what I recommend you doing is every single person that you know in your cell phone, write their name on the list. Even if you don't know them that well, if they know you and you know them, write the name on the list. And I recognize that in the beginning you may not contact everyone on your list, and that's okay. But I will tell you this, if you have 10 names on your list and you get through 5 of them, you're going to start to get scared that you've run out of people. So what I recommend you doing is taking your cell phone, start there, write down everyone you know in your cell phone that you know who they are. Then go into your friends list on your Facebook, and the same thing. You probably got some people in there you don't know too well. Write down the names of everyone you know. Most people, if they use their cell phone and their friends list on Facebook, their list is going to be somewhere between 200 and 350 people. That's where I would start. So now you have a list that you can work with. I would also consider if you've got like a wedding list, or if you still have your high school graduation, everybody you're still in contact with. All those people, get them on your list. When somebody pops in your head, you should write their name down. I've got something that I take with me all the time, a journal that I take with me, and when a name pops into my mind, or if I meet somebody new, they go on the list. If I get someone's business card at a networking event, they go on the list. If I meet somebody on an airplane, they go on the list. And you want to make your list an ongoing process and continue to grow that list. That's an important part of your business. Now, any business, doesn't matter what business you have, whether it's in network marketing or outside of network marketing, any business requires the resource of connections and contacts. In Harvey Mackay's book, where he talks about if you want to predict the future of someone's income, look at the size of the Rolodex. The Rolodex represents a list. So you want to start there, and your job is to create relationships with those people and continue to advance the relationships. Now, what do you do when it's time to contact these people? Well, I'm going to just share a quick story with you. I unplugged my TV set about 29 years ago. Went to a seminar, and the guy convinced me that the TV set is just a complete waste of time. So I unplugged it, and I set it in a closet. About, I don't know how many years later, maybe 10 years later, I gave it to Goodwill. And I didn't have a TV set for 25 years. Well, recently I picked up a new condo, and I wanted to have a flat screen TV set. And I didn't want anything fancy, just to maybe watch movies and things like that periodically. So I was going to go down to the Best Buy to get a TV set. I wanted a 52-inch TV set, basic, maybe $750. I go into the Best Buy, and the guy says to me, "What are you looking for?" And I tell him, and he goes, "Come here, I want to show you something," just like that. And I follow him, and he sits me down on this couch, and he hands me these glasses, and he has me put on the glasses. And Shrek is playing in 3D. The donkey's popping out of the TV set. And $6,000 later, I have a flat screen for my living room. Now, what did he do? He said, "Come here, I want to show you something." And I realized for the past, I don't know how many years, that's what I do to get people to take a look at the business. And it really is as simple as that. When you have a little bit of rapport with people, which most of the people on your list you do, if you have a little bit of rapport, that's all you're doing is simply asking them to take a look at something. And you can ask some questions. You can ask them if they keep their options open for other ways to make money, things like that. But the bottom line is when you want them to look, you just say, hey, I want to show you something. I'd like you to take a look at something. And I'd like you to give me your thoughts on it. And I'd like you to see it, and I'd like you to evaluate it. It may not be for you, but I'd just like you to take a look at it and tell me what you think. That's the approach I use. Now, there's a lot of different approaches. You can read books on network marketing and learn lots of different approaches, but the simplest approach that I know is I'd like to ask you to take a look at something that I'm really excited about. It may or may not be for you, but I think you're going to like it. Would you come take a look? Just like the guy at Best Buy. Come here, I want to show you something.